It's continuing live coverage from Las Vegas of Super Bowl 58 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
It is the Blitz here on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. He's Joe Reinagle. I'm Jason Minix. Our AA Best Bail Bonds Radio Road coverage continues. Brought to you by Synergenics and Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Now joined by Miguel Gerwitz and Rolando Cantu, somebody we've talked to before. You're a big national TV guy now, but you're from the Valley.
Exactly. No, I'm excited, man. Yes, my roots are big in South Texas. My family resides, most of my brothers and sisters reside in South Texas. So, it's my home as well.
Well, yeah, and of course, we share that. I'm from a small town in South Texas, and so I feel like we're brothers here.
Yeah, Joe,
twins.
We do look alike.
We do, yeah.
A little bit, right?
Yeah, I think so.
For sure. It's a special place, man. Once you hit San Antonio, a lot of people think, San Antonio, South Texas. No, there's still a 3.5-hour drive to the Rio Grande River, right? And McAllen, Texas, and Alice, and Benavides, and all those small towns, they have certain character that people from down there are just, they're nice people, man. They're loving people, and I love going every offseason and visiting my family. And I was just there in San Ignacio, Zapata, Texas, with a couple of friends. Robert Garza, who's 14-year NFL offensive lineman, veteran for the Bears, and we had a good time. And it's always good times in South Texas.
Always good times. And I know you played for the Cardinals, and you decided to stay in the Phoenix area. My daughter goes to Arizona State, and the one thing she complains about most, the one thing she misses most from home, no breakfast tacos.
Oh yeah,
in the Phoenix area.
It's different. You have your Sonora-based flour tortilla, which is totally different from your Texas tortilla, and of course, it's more of your Pacific Mexican cuisine for breakfast rather than your South Texas Tex-Mex food that's delicious down there.
Oh, it's delicious. Yeah, there's no question about it. Well, Rolando, I've got to ask you, going from a football player to a play-by-play guy, how did that happen?
Well, Joe, I don't do the play-by-play. I do the color.
Okay.
Miguel is our play-by-play, but for the most part, in our breaks where he's got to go to the restroom, I kind of think, here's my shot, man. If he doesn't make it back, maybe I'll get to call one game.
So,
one
Rolando, what you're telling me is you've got a broadcast partner that has a pea-sized bladder? Because I've got one of those too.
In this industry, it happens, right, Miguel?
Of course.
It happens. But now for me, being paired up with Miguel Gerwitz, who's a long-time leader in the communication industry. This is year 2 for us. We call TNF, Thursday Night Football for Prime Video. And then we also call Sunday Night Football. So for us, Joe, it's every single day. It's a constant communication. It's our prep. Research. I watch film, he watches film, and it's just something that we do together, and we've been able to kind of grow together on the air.
We think about the National Football League becoming more international, and they've had games in London that we know they're going to Brazil. Do you get that trip?
Yeah. We don't know yet.
We don't know yet. Yeah.
Well, you're lobbying the boss for that trip, right?
We're crossing our fingers.
Yeah. So for your broadcast in the reception you get for it, does it do a ratings number comparable? I mean, as you're seeing the growth from an international basis?
Of course. Yeah, we're seeing, like, this year we had like maybe 20% up in Sunday Night Football. The sport is growing. The Hispanic audience is growing as well. We had the Super Bowl, 2 years ago?
Yes.
And it was like almost 2 million for the rating. So the sport is growing in the Hispanic market, and we're trying to grow with the company as well.
Well, and I think what's interesting is the fact that you guys do this, and you bring it to an audience that may not be able to hear it or understand what's going on, and that opens up more doors, does it not?
Yeah, well, the Hispanic fan base is huge. You have a lot of, maybe in Mexico, the biggest is Dallas Cowboys.
Of course.
Then,
of course.
Steelers.
Yeah.
Raiders. Then the Patriots. They went up. now they're going down.
Of course.
Yeah.
More ways than one.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's something that we've been in the business for a while, and we see how the media outlets, us being an option on the Spanish broadcast, and just having that. There maybe our generation I consume it in English, Miguel consume it in English, but we also consume it in Spanish. And sometimes you have that family environment where your grandma, your tío, your uncle, or your tía does not really talk or is fluent in English, and you turn on Telemundo, you turn on TNF on TNF or Sunday Night Football, and you get to experience that together. And I think that's where we connect families, and that's where we connect directly with our audience.
On your broadcast, because such a big deal to get to do the Super Bowl broadcast. To be selected as the Super Bowl broadcasters and be that team it's like getting to the Super Bowl in our world. But like with what you just said, both of you consume football in English or Spanish. Like in our radio group, we've got a Tejano station that the music is Spanish, but the DJ talk could be a little bit of both.
Yeah,
are you 100% Spanish on your broadcast, or is it? Yeah, so
it's 100%.
Yeah, all the terminology has been translated and adapted to the American football in Spanish kind of way of saying things.
Well, that's why I'm curious. What is the most difficult part? You say it this way in English, but in Spanish you have to do this, and it makes it a little bit more difficult. And I know that falls on the play-by-play guy, Miguel.
Yeah, we can use a lot of English terminology, but like shotgun, it's formación escopeta. Everything is longer.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
What else? Hail Mary.
Ave Maria.
Ave Maria. You need to adapt. And our mission is, we grew up listening to the English broadcast. Our mission is to get those Hispanics to our broadcast because they love the English broadcast. Right. Our mission is to get those on the Spanish language.
So there's a lot of if you turn on an English broadcast, which is really entertaining, which is the traditional way of consuming NFL football, is awesome, right? Because we love it as well. But then you turn on our channel, and there's a lot more flair. There's a lot more.
Yeah.
We do sprinkle in a word or here, maybe on a touchdown celebration. I know Miguel has gone, viral on certain touchdown calls where he sprinkles in English, and we go from there, man. We just feed off each other. Nothing is planned. Nothing. You can't really push this too much. It just whatever comes out, it comes out.
That's what happens. And you look at it, guys. In San Antonio, obviously, huge market for you. For those of the fans that don't want to hear Tony Romo, Rolando will take care of you there. And a little bit more colorful, as he just said. Miguel Gerwitz, Rolando Cantu on the Spanish broadcast for Super Bowl 58 on Sunday. Boys, thanks for stopping by here. This has been a lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much.
Gracias.
Appreciate it. We are told Wayne Newton is nearby.
Well, you guys can stick around if you want.
Okay.
Wayne Newton. Do you know who Wayne Newton is?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
One on our crew had no idea.
Really? Who was that?
Yeah, R.J. Ochoa, kid from the Valley. He lives in West Macomb.
No wonder he's from
There you
there.
go. Right? That's exactly what it is. Guys, good luck on the call on
Thank
Sunday.
you.
Appreciate it. More coming up, including Wayne Newton, we hope. We're told he's on his way.
AA Best Bail Bonds. Big game coverage live from Las Vegas. Powered by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, Synergenics, and 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.